What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix Land? Welcome back to day 4 of our brand new HeroClix unboxing series, this time for Marvel's Avengers Forever. Now, this set has showed us it does not care what storyline has been called Avengers Forever in the past. It is just going to give you a ton of Avengers goodness through and through. We've got a couple of pieces of the Kurt Busiek run. We've got a couple of pieces now of the Jason Aaron Avengers Forever run. But really what we are getting is just Avengers through the ages. A lot of figures we haven't seen in a while. Some figures we've never seen. A really lovely version of Bucky. Somebody was a real big fan of Bucky. We got probably the best Bucky we have ever seen. We have opened the Dice and Tokens packs. We opened the Play at Home kit yesterday. We saw a legacy card for Rick Jones, that amazing figure from back in Avengers Assemble. This set has a lot to offer, and we are going to see even more of it today. If you have not watched days 1, 2, and 3, press pause, go back, and then join us again. We'll wait for you. We're sitting here just waiting for you. You re-enter our timeline right at the moment that you need to. These storylines are really, really cool. The Avengers Forever stuff, both of the storylines really delve into the multiverse and different versions of Avengers, but here we are getting a lot of mainstay versions of them, actually. The mainstays, like the Iron Man, the Captain America, they feel very much like the Tony Stark from 616 and the Steve Rogers from 616. We have a Hulk who is awesome. He was a super rare from day one with that gamma clap. Man, that was all the way back a couple of days ago. And that game mechanic in itself is so cool. But I'm hoping we get a little more elements of the books that we read, that I read, called Avengers Forever. I would love to see a take on a timekeeper. This being at the end of time who looks back and says, these are the faulty timelines. These are the ones where humanity went awry. These are the ones, and maybe just like uber duper. We've got super duper senses is what I like to call it when it's when you succeed on a 4 through 6. There's super senses on a 5 or 6, or there's super duper senses 4 through 6. But they could have like some form of like complete map-wide probability control. I don't know. These are the things my brain does when a set is announced. I start spinning out and going, what could we see in this set? The Timekeepers also become the Time Twisters. They have evil versions of themselves, and that's the whole thing. They are trying to prune timelines where they think the Avengers are going to go evil, where humanity is going to turn evil and going to be, abhorrent for the rest of a universe. Whereas the Timekeepers themselves know that they can go evil. They can be bad. And that's the big argument that the Avengers in that book make. Songbird, Captain Marvel, Genus Vell, Marvel Boy, whatever you want to call him. 2 versions of Hank Pym, both Yellow Jacket and Giant Man. I hope we see some of those characters in this set. I have not pulled any yet. Wasp, she is the team leader. She's awesome. Hawkeye, we have seen Hawkeye, but it was very much the Hawkeye we know and love. I would love to see that Hawkeye with a little bit more attitude. I'd love to see some of the pieces that were taken out of time and out of context throughout the telling of that story, especially the Old West Avengers, like Rawhide Kid and stuff. So those are all possibilities. And at the end of it all, I know we're getting Immortus. I know we're getting Kang. We've got some clues that tell us that, and we pulled Kang as a super rare yesterday, but I would love to see maybe the Timekeepers. That would be really cool. But the argument is made that our destiny is not set in stone. No matter what timeline you are from, we always can alter our destiny now. And Kang is a believer of that. The Avengers are a believer in that. And it works out for them in that storyline. It's really, really cool. Very time-bendy, kind of old-timey, but worth a read to this day. Anyway, everything else that we have seen, the Winter Guard, some other really cool pieces, we've gotten a lot of heroes. So I'm hoping to pull some more villains. I'm hoping to pull some more figures from the storylines that I've been mentioning all week long. But really, I just want to see what else this set has in store. I mean, on the outside of the box, we've got Swordsman. Haven't pulled him yet. The outside of the box, we've got Star-Lord and Drax. Haven't pulled them yet. Miss Marvel, Scott Lang, Ant-Man, Nick Fury. Haven't pulled them yet. We've got Iron Man yesterday. And, of course, on the back of the box, you've got Ghost Panther, who's from Infinity Warps, which is a completely different storyline in itself. And I was really surprised, actually, to see an Infinity Warps character on the back of this Avengers Forever thing. There were so many different ways that they could have gone with chase figures. I guess I'm kind of happy. I was a little bit scared that maybe Invincible Ant-Man from the Wasteland planet that Ghost Rider goes into in Jason Aaron's run, he's got a really cool team of people. Infinity Thing and Zombie Gladiator Killer Wonder Man and a really cool Moon Knight. I was, maybe worried that they would make those chases. They didn't. So that gives me hope that by making the Infinity Warps the chase theme for this, that these other alternate timeline versions of some of our favorite characters can show up in the main set. And so that's cool. That's actually giving me some hope. Anyway, set comes out October 26th with the main set, with the actual for pre-release, and then the actual release coming up on November 9th. So without further ado, let's take a look at what we could be pulling and playing with as soon as October the 26th. All right. Day 4, here we go. Let's see. Uh-oh. All right. We got another super rare. This will be our third one. Haven't seen a prime. Haven't seen a chase. Fingers crossed. The first character, though, is Winter Soldier. We've already seen them. We've seen Speed already. We've seen Black Panther. I've got to make sure that this is the same Black Panther that we already saw. We have Drax. Yes, okay. Very cool. Excited to see Drax. Once we saw that we had Guardians of the Galaxy on the outside of the box, I was, hoping that we would be able to pull that Drax and see what they did with them. But last but not least, and I'm going to move Winter Soldier. Sorry, buddy. We have another super rare, and this is Sentry, actually. Yet another character that I was not expecting to see in this set. Oh, wait, I'm moving them the wrong way. There we go. There we go. Okay. Sentry here. Was not expecting to see in this set at all. Not really tied into either of the storylines that I was expecting to see. But still, nonetheless, super, super powerful character in the Marvel Comics universe. And I'm excited to see what he does. We haven't seen Sentry in a little bit. So 3 of these characters we've already seen. Want to make sure that this Black Panther is not a different version. Nope, both set number 12. So we'll just put them right over here. Speed we've already seen. Guessing they did not make another Winter Soldier. So just 2 cards to take a look at here. Fret not, though. We're going to be opening both of these boosters today, as well as sharing all of the legacy cards that are in this set. So that's something to keep in mind as we pull these figures and take a look at their cards and such. We still have more after I open this next booster as well for today. Okay, let's start with Drax, of course. We're not going to start with the super rare. All right, Drax, here we go. And take a look at the figure there. There's 2 blades. Drax, Guardians of the Galaxy, Infinity Watch, Brute, and Warrior. I will not fight that creature. Yes, we're getting Drax. Pacifist Drax. Let's go. The Draxifist. I will not fight that creature. Unless Drax is the only character on your force when he would KO an opposing character with an attack, instead turn them to their last non-KO click and heal Drax 2 clicks. Oh, whoa! Okay, that's cool. I didn't kill you, you killed you. Super senses. When Drax uses it and succeeds, after resolutions deal the attacker 1 penetrating damage. Protected, outwit. Okay, let's take a look. I am suddenly rethinking my pacifism. Yes, helping secure a terrible weapon. We will see together. Let's flip Drax's card over here. Okay. 6 clicks long, only 45 points. Actually, that makes sense. Draxifist, or Pacifist Drax. I'm just going to call him the Draxifist. That's what I was calling him when he was in the books when I was reading him. So what happened to turn Drax into a pacifist? It's actually pretty heartbreaking. He was out hunting on one of his favorite hunting grounds, and he came upon these slave masters who had all of these this alien race enslaved underneath them, and they were forcing them to do their bidding. They were awful, awful beings, and he raised his knives. His knives, of course, named after loved ones that he's lost, and he was going after them. And the slaves started asking, please, please have mercy on them. Do not kill them. Please do not kill them. And he killed them anyway. And what happened was when those hearts stopped beating, a poison, that capsule that had been put into the brand on each of the slaves' arms, popped open. And then it poisoned each and every single one of them and killed them all. And Drax was left with just such a heavy heart that he was like, I'm done. I cannot do this anymore. Taking that many innocent lives really affected Drax. And that's this version of Drax, no longer the Destroyer. But eventually he got over his pacifism. There came a point where he was like, I have to learn balance. I cannot just let the pendulum swing so far one way that I am not what I am meant to be. And because it was preventing him from doing things that needed to be done to help others, really. So I think he's since come to his senses, but that's the story of the Draxifist. Hashtag Draxifist, put in the comments below. Here we go. Sentry, our third and I would suspect final super rare. There's good old Bob. Good old Bob Reynolds. Oh, shoot. 53A. Okay. We're going to get a prime. This is our first look at a prime opportunity. Usually by now, we've seen a few. I would expect it to be the Void, except for, well, let's look. Avengers, Dark Avengers, Horseman, Brute are his keywords. That Horseman keyword being on there is really cool. That's really cool. Is a special trait, Void, for 5 points. When Sentry would be KO'd, you may instead replace him with a, oh yes, so wait, is it a prime situation or is it just an AB situation? 53B Sentry on click number 7. That character gains immune until your next turn. Protected Pulse Wave. Okay, so the Void is 53B. Whether or not it's a prime remains to be seen. Unstable. When Sentry is targeted by mind control, modify his defense by -2. That is keeping right in lockstep with who Sentry actually is. Bob's self-doubt and fears. Special movement power, erased myself from everyone's minds. Charge and stealth. Also a special damage power, share my power, perplex, but only to target other friendly characters. When Sentry uses it, choose one for the targeted character to use until your next turn. Charge or invulnerability. Yeah, Sentry, Sentry was used to great effect, I think by Bendis. I think that was Bendis's run when you really saw a New Avengers, when you really saw Sentry come back to the fore. He didn't create him, but he definitely utilized him in a way he hadn't been in a long time. 9 clicks long. 9 clicks, I mean, it's a healthy dial for sure. Expected maybe a little more. You can play him at 50, actually. That point line is pretty impressive with the hypersonic speed there. Yeah, if you don't know about Sentry, Sentry is incredibly powerful. But anytime he uses his power, there is an equal evil force, the Void, that has an opportunity to break through and to become an issue. So Bob Reynolds locked himself away in a padded room, basically, and was like, I am never going to use my powers again, because if that means the Void can come closer to Earth, put everybody I love in danger, I never want that to happen. Over the years, the Void has come, and that's why the mind control power, he has such a fractured psyche. He has a lot of self-doubt. He's paralyzed by it at moments, which is really a great Achilles heel for a character as powerful as him. I mean, he can move planets, man. Sentry is super powerful, so very cool to see him. Definitely like Mighty Avengers. If we're going down that road, Sentry is just a huge, heavy hitter, high level, powerful character in the Avengers lore. So very cool. Didn't expect him, but glad to have him. Okay, moving on. The next booster, second for the day. Parched. Some like orange and blue raspberry. I don't know. Tell me in the comments below if anybody is anybody like me? When Voodoo comes out every year, it's the mystery flavor for Mountain Dew. First of all, big Mountain Dew fan. When Voodoo comes out every year, I'm like day 1 of October waiting to pick it up. It is a mystery flavor, and they don't tell you what flavor it is, and then you got to guess. And like you drink it the whole month, and you're like trying to guess. Like last year, it tastes like cotton candy to me. This tastes like a blue raspberry blow pop to me. But anyway, if anybody has tried tried Voodoo this year, Voodoo number 4, tell me in the comments below. Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh shoot. Okay. Keeping on theme with the Young Avengers, we have Patriot. All right. Isaiah showing up. We've got Gorilla Man. Yes. Okay. Another agent of Wakanda, actually. Okay. We've got Hawkeye, who I think that we have seen. We have Vision. Okay. I spoke earlier about how Iron Lad's sentient suit became Vision. I don't know until I look at the card, but that Vision does look like it could be the Vision from the Young Avengers. And then a brand new character, very mysterious, Red Widow. Okay, she kind of leads the Winter Guard, but takes orders from a mysterious overlord, basically, telling her what she needs to get done when the Winter Guard is called upon. We got 4 new pieces in here. Make sure this Hawkeye is the same one we already looked at. Yes, it is set number 21. Oh, wait. No, this is set number 5. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Coloring is way different. There we go. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Old school, new school. What is this here? This bright, glowy guy with the pink and the blue. I kind of dig the colorway. I got a pair of shoes. That same thing. But okay, this is a different Hawkeye at least. Okay. All right, wait. Oh, no. This is Dark Avengers Hawkeye, isn't it? That's this coloring for sure. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. I'm calling it. I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay. So all 5 figures out of that booster are brand new. Doesn't always happen on day 4, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a look first then at Patriot. I said Isaiah. That, of course, was the original Captain America, Isaiah Bradley. This is Elijah. This is his grandson. Sorry about misspeaking. Patriot, founding member of the Young Avengers, brought into the fold by Iron Lad. Young Avengers and soldier keywords. Young Avengers assemble, has defend and leadership. When all this is done, we'll have to take a look at like the point values on all these Young Avengers, see if you can play them together in a good team build. Look at the back of the dial there. Not a lot going on. Elijah's story is very cool, though. If you ever read the old Isaiah Bradley books as well, really great storytelling. But there you go with Elijah. Let's see. The other Young Avengers that we pulled, Iron Lad, can come in at 75. So, yeah, low enough points. Hopefully you can run the whole team and maybe like a 300-point game. Kind of low point value there, 40 points for Patriots. He's never been huge. So let's look at Vision now. And yes, Vision is Jonas. So such a cool story for Jonas. I just wish it would have ended better for him. Jonas, like I said, Iron Lad, when he came back, used the suit of armor that actually had an AI in it. Of course, Iron Lad was Kang. After the first story arc, Iron Lad goes away. The suit becomes sentient on its own, becomes Vision, basically, and names itself Jonas, and falls in love with Cassie, who is Ant-Man's daughter, Stature. They end up falling in love. They end up dying. Cassie gets resurrected. Vision ends up giving his life to save a ton of people in Children's Crusade. A fantastic storyline. We've got Avengers, Young Avengers, and Robot here. You get a keyword, for keywords, we've got a trait, holographic manipulation. Once per game, power. Generate up to 2, set number 24, Vision on click number 9. If Vision started the game on click number 9, it cannot generate characters and has 0 point value for all effects, including scoring. Okay, very cool. So I'm guessing Jonas can project himself holographically. You can see click number 9 there. And yeah, this is the Young Avengers Vision all the way. If you never read the original Young Avengers arc, or if you never read Children's Crusade especially, these kids had to grow up fast, and they knew heartbreak very early. And Children's Crusade is, I think, a really great story. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because it's not really a part of this set, but I would recommend going and picking it up and giving it a good read. The characters are great, sacrifice is real, and it just has real emotional depth to it. And if you've read the first couple of arcs as well, you see these kids grow up. I don't know, there's an investment that is very unique when you see younger characters evolve and transform, and you're invested in them in a different way, and that's how I was with Young Avengers. Let me know if you guys agree down in the comments below if you've read Young Avengers, if it has that same level of investment for you. Here we go with, let's go, sometime good guy, bad guy, Gorilla Man. Gorilla Man, you want to talk about a heartbreaking story, by the way. Gorilla Man, good old Kenneth Hale. He was like a mercenary back in the day, a soldier of fortune, if you will. He heard this legend of a gorilla that could live forever, and if you killed it, you would become immortal. And he goes to kill it, and then he realizes he doesn't want to do that, and he tries to leave the gorilla alone. The gorilla chases him down. He has to defend himself. He ends up accidentally killing the gorilla, and now what he didn't know is he is immortal, but you also you become a gorilla. And so that is the beginning of Gorilla Man, if you never knew his story. But let's take a look at his card. Agents of Atlas, Avengers, S.H.I.E.L.D., Wakanda, Winter Guard, Animal, and Spy. Okay, Winter Guard. Very cool. Follow-up. Oh, it's got a follow-up effect. Once per turn for all characters with a follow-up trait, make an attack using Gorilla Man's printed combat values, but only to target a single character hit with an attack made by another friendly character with the Wakanda keyword. I mentioned that he had become a part of Black Panther's Agents of Wakanda. It seems that that is a sub-theme in this set. Look at the back of the card there. Pretty solid stats all the way down. He was brought in by Black Panther to be a part, and I'm going to put him over here actually, to be a part of the Agents of Wakanda, but he ends up turning traitor on them, and I'm not going to say why, but he ends up turning traitor on them and helping the Winter Guard out. He becomes a mole for the Winter Guard and ends up helping them capture She-Hulk, and his actions lead to the creation of Winter Hulk, which is She-Hulk being tortured and put through protocols in the Red Room, and he had a big part to play in that. At first, he was kind of just he was like the front desk man for the Avengers in Jason Aaron's run, where they moved into this empty shell of a Celestial that was risen in the first arc and became Avengers Tower, basically, or Avengers Skeleton, I guess. I don't know. Avengers Celestial Skeleton Mountain. It sounds like a fun ride at Disneyland. And he was kind of like the welcome party. He was the doorman. You know, Black Panther brought Jarvis actually all the way up to the North Pole, and Jarvis was like, look, this place is too big, and I am too old to move to the North Pole. So I politely decline your offer to come here and be the heart and soul of this. You're going to have to find somebody else. And Black Panther turned to Gorilla Man. Poor decision in the end. Wait to be seen. You guys can keep on reading the further adventures of Gorilla Man in the books to see if he turns back good again. Speaking of the Red Room, we will go with Red Widow next. I don't think that we have ever had Red Widow in HeroClix form. I could be wrong, but I don't think we have. It says name unknown. I think we do know the name at this point. Olga. Anyway, Red Widow, the new Red Room Assassin Supreme. Winter Guard, Assassin, Soldier, and Spy. Unfettered Assassin. Blades, Claws, Fangs. Once per turn when Red Widow uses it, and on a roll of 1 or 2 is rolled, after resolutions, she may make a close attack. She has Charge, Flurry, and Stealth as a special movement power. All right, so let's see on the back here. Interesting that it's a special movement power with those 3 things associated with it, considering she doesn't have anything on her attack line. I'm actually surprised she doesn't have anything on that attack line. Charge, Flurry, and Stealth, but no blades or anything. So not quite as deadly as she could have been. Still, very good with that exploit weakness. I love now that there's a Red Widow, a White Widow with Yelena Belova, and of course, Black Widow that we know and love with Natasha. But the Red Widow is somebody to be feared. The Winter Guard storylines are interesting, to say the least. They deal with a lot of issues that I wouldn't have expected to be a part of that. Dracula lives in Russia now, and they have to have, diplomatic relations with Dracula and all of his vampires, and they've got a god of darkness on the Winter Guard, Chernobog, which I would love to see in this set, and they have a god of thunder of their own named Perun. They have a really interesting team makeup, and Crimson Dynamo is the de facto leader, but Red Widow kind of calls all the shots because there's this shady benefactor that talks to her all the time, that tells her what the real mission goals are for the Winter Guard all the time. It's worth checking out, worth reading. Hawkeye, yes. This is not Clint Barton. This is not the Hawkeye that we know and love. This is Lester. That's right, the Hawkeye from the Dark Avengers run, which I just thought as well, you know, the Sentry Prime, probably Dark Avengers style Sentry as well, right? Dark Avengers, Thunderbolts, Assassin, Martial Artist, set number 21, I never miss my target. When Hawkeye attacks a single target and misses, after resolutions, deal that character 1 penetrating damage. That is huge. I tell you what, man, there are so many teams where you just cannot hit. You just cannot hit something. And if you're missing on purpose, I mean, they've got to come to you and try and get rid of you. You've got to protect this guy at all costs, in some game scenarios. But there you go, some running shot. There's that special power there. It can be outwitted. There's a number of different things, but it can be a very useful thing for your team to happen. You know, I've played against some figures lately where they're just rocking a 22 defense from range and a 20 defense up close, and they're just one shot. They'll just take you out at any given moment. They're dealing 5 or 6 damage, and you just can't hit. And you roll dice, and you roll dice, and you roll dice, and you try and hit a 10, and they've got theme probabilities, and you miss them a whole bunch. And with this guy, at least you get out there, and your Alpha Strike, even if you miss, you can deal some penetrating damage. And a lot of times, if you can do just a couple of clicks to a figure like that, it can make all the difference in the world. Okay, we did have a legacy card with this set. I want to go ahead and open it. And on the back side of that, I'll tell you all of the figures that you need to go get because I know who is getting legacy cards in this set. WizKids shared that with me. To start, oh my gosh, wait a minute. A team-up card? What the heck? There are team-up cards coming back? Okay, so I opened... Wait a minute. All right, so I opened this legacy card pack. And in the legacy card pack, I got a legacy card, but I also got a team-up card, which we haven't seen in Marvel for quite some time. So very cool. I wonder how many there are. This says 17.1. This is Red Guardian. So I had no idea that we were getting team-ups. Let's shoot. I guess look at this team-up card. And we have Red Guardian already, so I want to make sure here. Hold on a second. Do we have Red Guardian? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I completely thrown for a loop here. I think I know what I'm expecting in all of these unboxing series, and then this happens. Okay, let's look at the 2 cards side by side. We've got Red Guardian team-up card there, you can see, 17.1. Team-up, soldier-themed team. Special move power. If Red Guardian is part of the listed theme team he has, at the beginning of your turn, you may choose Empower or Enhancement. Friendly characters with the Winter Guard keyword can use the chosen power until you choose again. After revealing forces, you may replace character cards with their alternates. Oh boy, alternates. You can't choose a team-up if your starting characters share a name. Then he has energy repellents. You see that's the same on both, and I'm guessing the dials are the same. So you just get that team bonus there, that empower or that enhancement, and it all deals with the soldier theme or the Winter Guard theme. Wow. Okay. Very cool. Huh. Wow, Winter Guard or Soldier. Yeah, there we go. Team-up cards are back. Had no clue. Had no clue at all. Okay, I'm very excited though about the. I can't even. The grin on my face is giving this away. One of my favorite pieces of all time to play with, actually, back in the day, was the Hawkeye with the Sky Cycle with 10 range and 10 range and 3 targets. And you could use trick shot on him, you know, the old feats and stuff. And this time he is getting a legacy card. That is right. One of my favorite pieces of all time. This Hawkeye on the Sky Cycle is getting his own legacy card. Originally, the veteran cost 84 points. It now costs 50 points. I'll put this down on the table. But remember, the holographic nature of these things make it kind of hard to read. Take a peek at it. I'll show you the Hawkeye on this way too. I love this piece so much. I love this piece so much. I won so much with this piece as well back in the day. I did a lot of damage. Came out of the Fantastic Forces set. And you can see here, we've got Avengers, Defenders, Shield, Thunderbolts, and Martial Artist keywords. Real name Clint Barton. Training the Thunderbolts. Trait. At the beginning of the game, choose a copyable team ability an opposing character can use. This game, friendly characters with the Thunderbolts keyword can use that team ability. Another trait, trick shots from the Sky Cycle. When Hawkeye hits, give him a bullseye token. Hawkeye modifies his attack and defense by +1 for each of his bullseye tokens. If Hawkeye has 3 or more bullseye tokens, choose a standard power on this card. He can use that power until you choose again. Very, very cool. I like that legacy card an awful lot. You can see back there, Marvel HeroClix Fantastic Forces was the significant appearance. Got 10 movement, got some running shot, got some range combat expert. Very, very top heavy. And you can tell up in the upper right corner, it'll tell you what set number from the set that the significant appearance is in that they are. So that would be Fantastic Forces, set number 12. That would be the veteran Hawkeye. Okay? All right. Now I can tell you the other pieces to go and get. So from that same set, Fantastic Forces, go and get the veteran Black Knight. Okay? Let's see the best way to do this. I'll just put them out on the table like I would for all of the, okay? From that same set, Fantastic Forces, go and find Tigra, okay? The veteran Tigra, okay? Then we have from Supernova set number 48, the veteran Kang from Supernova. We also have the veteran Thor from Supernova, and that is going to be set number 84. You can see that veteran Thor there. Okay. Next, from Avengers, you're going to have Black Panther. It says Avengers set number 24. You see that Black Panther there with On the Rocks. You've seen that sculpt before a few times. From Hammer of Thor, a huge crowd favorite, Smoky Feet, Captain America. That's Hammer of Thor, and that is set number 40. So that is 6 of them right there. 6 of the legacy card figures that you should be chasing are right there. We've got a couple of more that we need to get to. Okay, next. I'm so excited about this. From the Captain America set number 50, MODOK, baby. MODOK. Look at that guy. From that same set from Captain America, set number 44, Ursa Major, of course, also from the Winter Guard. From that same set, number 43, Darkstar, who is Red Guardian's sister. Also another piece to look at. From Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., from Nick Fury and the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agent Coulson, set number 2. Now this guy has gotten up to some despicable stuff in the new Avengers run. He's definitely more of a villain now, has been for a little while, so if you're a fan of the show or a fan of the movies, understand that, that he is no longer on your side. From Infinity, Cosmo. That gets us up to 11. So we have 11 already. And then last but not least, a figure that I cannot find. I have the card for, so I must have used him on a team at some point and not put him away properly. But I'm going to put this in the top-down section there. We've got Jarvis from the Avengers set. Now, keep in mind, we've already seen Rick Jones. We've already seen Hawkeye. So remember, we've already saw the Rick Jones. We already saw Hawkeye. There are 14 legacy cards in this set. I'll turn Jarvis over here. You can see set number 34 from Avengers Assemble, I believe. That was that set, Avengers Assemble. So there you go. That is all 14 figures that you'll need to go find. So if you have your collection, go dive into it, see if you have any of these pieces. I'll leave them up here for just right now. Go dive back into your collection, see if you have any of those figures laying around, because they're going to get new play. I don't know what they're all going to do. Very excited about the Hawkeye figure, being able to play one of my favorite figures of all time over again. I am a bit of a hoarder. I don't get rid of anything, but for those of you that do get rid of them, here hopefully we give you enough time before the set comes out to go ahead and locate them and add them to your collection once again. All right, that is going to do it for day 4 of our HeroClix unboxing series for Avengers Forever. I'm very excited about this set. We are getting so many pieces that we have not seen in a while, or characters that we have seen before. I'm very excited. The super rares that I got were unexpected, a couple of them. Sentry and the Hulk were definitely 2 pieces that I was not expecting to see in this set at all. I'm hoping tomorrow that maybe I see a couple of pieces that I was expecting, or a couple of pieces that I was hoping for. I've got my hands pressed together firmly, hoping that we get Giant Man or Yellow Jacket, get a couple of Hank Pyms from different timelines. I'd love to see Wasp. She is such a great character, wonderful, wonderful character. I'd love to see those main teams from those 2 Avengers Forever books, but if we don't get them, you know, fingers crossed for a Prime, fingers crossed for maybe a Chase, and just to see what else comic book goodness comes out of this pretty incredible set. Once again, if you love everything that we're pulling today, if you like the Legacy card and the Team Up card that I just pulled, the 3 super rares that we've already pulled, this unboxing series, everything I open over the course of this week, including tomorrow opening this bad boy, the Hellfire Gala Premium Collection, can be yours right now, while also giving money to a great cause by going to hdsa.org/freezehd and jumping into our online auction hosted by GiveSmart. I have a couple of HeroClix items up there. We have everything that I'm unboxing this week, plus a sealed brick of Avengers Forever that will come your way before the set releases, as well as a couple of other items. We've got a sealed brick of Absolute Carnage that is in there as well. There are a lot of really cool things. It is all to benefit the Huntington's Disease Society of America as part of a major gala that I hold every year called Freeze HD. I always make sure there's some HeroClix goodness in there on top of what we do in May for HeroClix for Huntington's. So if you're a big fan of HeroClix and you would love to have some of this stuff early, if you're on hashtag Team Early and you can't wait to get your hands on this stuff, it can be yours. It can be yours right away, early. The event takes place on October the 22nd. The auction runs from this past Monday, October the 17th, through Saturday night at 8 p.m. Pacific. So there is still time to go and bid. Good luck to everybody out there. I hope you win whatever it is you are looking for. Gotta say thank you to HeroClix, to WizKids for sending me all this awesome stuff, for being so generous and helping out at every turn, helping out the community, our family here, as well as raising money for great causes. They have been so generous over the past couple of years, and I gotta say thank you to them for allowing me to still do these unboxings. It's one of my favorite things to do in the world. Gotta say thank you to HyperRPG, the studio that we are shooting in currently. Make sure you find them on Twitch. Make sure you find them on YouTube. They have constant content coming out, as well as older shows that are archived that you can go and find, including a HeroClix one called Indomitable with yours truly, and some other really talented voice actors and games masters, and it is just a ton of fun. So go check that out. And last but not least, thank you to you right there, out there. Yeah, the one watching the screen. Thank you. Thank you for coming along on this ride every single time. I appreciate you guys. Love this community. It's so awesome. Remember, this set comes out October the 26th for a little bit of a pre-release play. So call your local comic shops and game stores and figure out when they are scheduling their pre-release tournaments so you can get your hands on some of this stuff early if you don't win the auction. And November the 9th for the proper release. I know I can't wait to get to my local gaming shop, Always Gaming, out here in Chatsworth, California, to play, sit across, hang out with the players at my local venue. I urge everybody to get back into your local venues and see people face to face and play again. It's really just, for me, so fulfilling to just hang out with people that love what I love, and I hope you guys have that same experience. I will see you tomorrow for day 5 of our HeroClix unboxing series, the final one. No! But until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits. It's an 8.